Welcome to our proactive newsroom. I'm Natalie Stoberman, joined by the CEO and director at Ion Energy, Ali Haji. Ali, how are you doing today?
Doing very well. Excited with, of course, what we're here to talk about.
Absolutely. Very big news. We have an acquisition to discuss. What are the details of the acquisition of the Bliss Lake Lithium Pegmatite in the Northwest Territories?
It's a fantastic opportunity for the company Ion Energy to, of course, look outside of Mongolia, where we're currently centered. But we've now acquired about 5,700 hectares outside of that Pegmatite province, or rather within that Pegmatite province that has shown historical work done on it. And we're also, of course, very closely located to various other lithium pegmatite explorers in the region that have had significant successes.
Yes, there does seem to be a lot of excitement surrounding the location of this project. What exactly is it about this location that makes it seem so promising?
Well, the Northwest Territories is one of the few regions in Canada that has had historical exploration done by the government and the government resources to identify lithium. So as far back as the 70s, the government of Northwest Territories did spend some time evaluating the region in which Bliss Lake lies, and they found up to 49 million ton of lithium oxide at a grade of about 1.4%. So a lot of historical work done there. From an infrastructure perspective, Yellowknife, the actual town, is only about 20 to 30 kilometers from our location. You've got, as I mentioned, folks like Li-FT Power and PMET that have assets in and around that vicinity as well, whereby they've had significant successes with their exploration program. So it is an emerging district in today's world, but it is one that has been historically explored as well.
And you'd mentioned that this is also an addition to the jurisdiction in Mongolia that the company has. But in terms of growth and expansion, it seems that the company pivoted away from brines into a pegmatite. Why is that significant?
I wouldn't so much call it a pivot as opposed to perhaps hedging and ensuring that we have access to various different mediums that lithium resides in today. You look at Thacker Pass in Nevada, that's primarily clay, and it's gaining a lot of traction with the likes of the GM investment in that region. Brines, of course, have been historically what the Atacama or the Lithium Triangle have produced for the consumption around the world. Hard rock, we've seen Alkem and Livent very recently merged as of yesterday. It was a $10.7 billion merger, so hard rock is gaining traction. But I think having various mediums of lithium in various jurisdictions allows us to serve individual markets and individual geographies with the necessary medium of lithium that is required in that space. So I think that it's not really a pivot; it's more so complementing what we currently have in our portfolio, and bringing on some assets that are in jurisdictions that perhaps serve a different market as well.
Understood. And now that the acquisition is done, what's next?
Well, the acquisition, just to touch on the terms of the acquisition, it was a rather cheap valuation in our view, or an advantageous valuation in our view. We're adding a significant land package with a lot of upside here at a cost of about 5% in the company over 2 years, which means, of course, there is an escrow period for some of the paper being issued. It is an all paper deal. There is no cash being exchanged. So it's a real big win for the existing shareholders at Ion. We, of course, believe that there's a lot of promise on this asset. And to answer your question, what's next? I am hoping to be out in Northwest Territories before the end of the month, whereby we will start our exploration activities on site. So stay tuned. A lot of news to come, given that this is the season for us to actually get work done on site.
Wonderful. Best of luck. We can't wait to hear more updates.
Thank you so much.
Again, the director and CEO at Ion Energy, Ali Haji.